In this series of videos, we're going to go over all of the different tools that you can use to dimension your drawing. What you're looking at right now is the top plan view of the Taj Mahal, the grounds for the Taj Mahal. And so to get started, first up, we're going to measure the dome of the Taj Mahal. So measuring any circle, you need to come over here to the basic tool set, and you're going to be using the Radial dimension tool. Up here in the mode bar, we have several different options. This first grouping right here, the first two, that's for measuring a diameter. The second two, those are for measuring radius. And then this grouping right here just has to do with whether or not your shoulder is on the left hand or the right hand. So let's take a look at what each one of these looks like. So first, this is the internal diametric mode. And what that means is that my measurement is going to be on the inside of the circle. So I need to click a circle in order to use this. And you can see it's going to give me an arrow. And then when I click one more time, over here you can see it's going to give me a dimension. Right now the text is too small to read easily, so I can control that in a couple different ways. One is I can come over here in the Object Info palette and I can assign a text style. And so in this file, I already have one for callouts and labels that I made. I'm going to go ahead and use the callouts, and you can see that that increases the size. And then if I wanted to, before I ever started drawing, let me deselect everything in the file so we can look at this. I can come over here to text and I can set a specific size over here. And it was set at 4, which is why it was so small and difficult to read. I'll go ahead and change that to 10 for the rest of our examples. So let's come back over to the Radial tool and let's just do a comparison to see what the external diametric mode looks like in comparison to the internal. So I click on the circle and then you can see it's going to let me drag in any direction where I would like that measurement to be placed. So that's what the external versus the internal for diametric looks like. Another thing is if we come over here to the Object Info palette for these dimensions, there are things that we can change over here. So we already looked at for text, I can go ahead and I can add a text style. So let's go ahead and for this one, add that SK callouts for the text style. I can also control how far the text is off of the leader line. Let's go ahead and reduce that by half, see what that looks like. I can rotate my text. Horizontal is a good choice for right now. We can do things like flipping the text. So the leader to the left, if I deselect, then the leader is to the right. Under precision, we have the options to use no fractions, and that's normally a cleaner way to go. For this particular measurement on the circle, I don't have any fractions, but in general, just to keep your drawing looking cleaner. And in landscape design, our measurements don't need to be accurate within a 1/32 of an inch. We can normally go ahead and change this precision to no fractions, and it just makes a cleaner drawing. This next option toggles the dimension value on or off, so you'll want to make sure that that is on. And then over here for leader, trailer, and note, you can add notes about this. So for example, on note, we could do as measured, let's see, 1/14/21. And then it just adds a note at the bottom of that. If I move that note to the trailer, then it just positions it after the measurement. And for the leader goes in front of whatever the measurement is. And in this case, the software has automatically included this symbol, which means that it's the diameter. I also have the option to delete that if I don't want to see that on my drawing. So those are my two options for measuring diameter of a circle. I'm going to go ahead and delete those for now. And let's go back to that tool, the Radial dimension tool, and let's look at the options that we have for measuring a radius. That would be either the interior radial mode or the exterior radial mode. So let's look at both of those. Once again, I have to click the circle and then click it a second time to place it. So that's